Hi, my name is Jane, and I would be like to present on cloud hosts. Over the past 3 weeks, we've been working on a paper on different digital media, and I had an interest in writing about cloud hosting. So today I would like to present to you some of the discoveries and knowledge that I have gained along the way. So this is a quick overview of my presentation. We'll be looking at exactly what cloud hosts are, criteria that we'll be evaluating on, real-life applications, as well as a short question period at the end. These are some stats that I think are interesting and important to share. In 2012, 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion represents the number of Gmail accounts that Google has. Controversially, 1.2 billion is also the number of Office products owned by Microsoft. Of those Microsoft products, 60 million are Office 365 for businesses. This makes you ponder and wonder a little bit about just how competitive Google and Microsoft really are. So let's start at the beginning. What exactly are cloud hosts? It is defined that cloud hosts are platforms where application software and data storage are provided by centralized internet services simply accessed by users through local PCs or mobile phones or tablets. This definition is very long-winded and very complex, so I decided to break it down into three key components. The three key components of cloud hosting is we are looking at online storage, we are looking at the modes of accessibility, and we're looking at the areas of collaboration. So the scope of my presentation is I decided to look at cloud hosting from a business perspective. So for this presentation, I decided to present on Google Drive and OneDrive. The reason I decided to select these two were that I use these two on a personal basis. However, I wanted to see what businesses could attain by using Google Drive or OneDrive and how they could apply it to their corporation and their operational. So the 5 criteria I decided to evaluate on is indicated above. I thought these criteria were very important because they definitely emphasize the differences between OneDrive and Google Drive. So indicated above, first we would like to look at cloud hosts users. Indicated in the pie chart over there, it represents the number of users in a 12 million study. You can see that 26.9 of 12 million represents Google Drive. OneDrive takes up 15.3% of that 12 million. That, in accordance to the entire population of 12 million, isn't very big. However, if you compare it and use it in the bar graph over here, it becomes fairly significant. Indicated in the pie chart, you can tell that Dropbox is definitely the highest user. However, in this graph over here, you can tell over time that the number of shares for Dropbox is steadily decreasing, and that OneDrive and Google Drive have over the past 2-3 years increased in its number of users. This indicates or shows that the future potential of Google Drive and OneDrive are definitely increasing, and the number of users overall are definitely going to increase in the near future. So next we'll be looking or evaluating based on the different features that Google Drive and OneDrive represent. First of all, it's important that Google Drive is actually part of another larger package called G Suite, as well as OneDrive is part of a package called OneDrive for businesses. If you look at both of the packages, you will see that there are lots of different kinds of variations. You can see that G Suite definitely has a larger amount of storage. However, it lacks the remote loading and options that OneDrive has, even though OneDrive has a smaller amount of storage. These two options, storage and accessibility, are definitely two key criteria that are important in cloud hosts. Next, we'll be looking at some of the key services or features. These are some specific features that relate specifically to businesses. When we're looking at businesses, we are evaluating based on the different apps that they provide and security, as well as connection, collaboration. These features, both G Suite and OneDrive provide, however, the different ways and mediums in which they provide it vary. In comparison, we can see that connection between devices and collaboration between multiple users is very important. However, I did not come to understand until much later that security has been definitely a critical area or feature that both G Suite and OneDrive take into account. Moving forward, we'll like to compare the different rates. For companies, money is always an issue. When comparing G Suite and OneDrive, G Suite is obviously the cheaper option. It's important to remember that G Suite, if purchased, comes with it Google Apps, while on the other hand, if you're going with the Office 365 option, it includes Office 365. Moving forward, it is important, though, whenever you buy or use one of these operations, how to use, implement, and the instructions for using them. These are some of the G Suite and OneDrive instructions. In comparing them, we can see that both are very informative and give instructions. However, G Suite often is easier to understand. G Suite offers only 3 instructions with videos and links. OneDrive also has videos, but because of its synchronization directly onto your computer, the process of understanding and instructions is more complex. So the quality of assistance. If you're ever stuck somewhere and need help, G Suite and OneDrive have different options of addressing it. Overall, we have discovered that G Suite provides better customer assistance and it operates for a longer amount of time and has different mediums of support greater than that of OneDrive. G Suite operates on a 24-hour basis, while OneDrive only operates at certain areas and certain times. Both of them, however, have forums and resources to aid companies whenever they're stuck. Whether you choose G Suite or OneDrive, it is important to look at customer feedback and other users who have used both of these devices and what they thought of them. So, looking at G2 Crowd evaluation site, here are some of the statistics and opinions that their voters have presented. Between Google Drive and OneDrive, these are some of the conclusions that we have discovered. Google Drive has a better synchronization and tracking ability, but they lack the customization that OneDrive offers. OneDrive does offer a great synchronizability, however, sometimes the syncing process is a little bit glitchy and doesn't either operate or is very slow. There are many companies that often use Google Drive and OneDrive as part of their operation system. One of these companies is Whirlpool. Whirlpool uses it because it is an international system It allows people to collaborate from different areas and become more innovative. This helps with Whirlpool's um, efficiency as well as effectiveness in the economic world. Air Canada, on the other hand, uses OneDrive as part of its operation medium. This is because of Air Canada's mode of operations. Air Canada is a company that needs access 24/7 by its staff because of their airlines and need to travel. It offers it in multiple devices, and so from that perspective, OneDrive is the better option. So here is a quick chart representing the benefits of each and where they are, where their advantages and disadvantages are. You can definitely see that G Suite is better than Microsoft OneDrive. However, that isn't to say that Microsoft OneDrive isn't a great system. Just Microsoft OneDrive offers various different systems, and if you can utilize them, it is also a great cloud host. So thank you so much for coming in to listen to my presentation. I hope you found it informative and you were able to learn one thing about cloud hosts or Google Cloud Hosts or Microsoft Cloud Hosts. Do you have any questions?